Have you ever lived a moment where someone gave you feedback, criticism, was so negative, it really impacted you? You didn't know what to do with it, you didn't like it, maybe you started defending yourself. Now I'm going to hand you a technique which is originally developed by Anne Linden, a psychotherapist. Now she talks about 3 different strategies and I'm going to tackle each and every one of them. 2 out of the 3 are ineffective and should be avoided at all costs. The first one is walls. If you build a wall, like a very thick brick wall, then nothing's coming in. You're not letting anything through. Which means not the emotion of the other one, not the disappointment, the frustration, the irritation, whatever. All these emotions, you leave them out. And you also leave out the content of what they say. It's kind of like self-protection, where you build an entire wall. I don't care what you say, this is my wall and I'm not taking it in. So you leave everything out. Not so effective, because there might be some truth in what the other one is sharing with you. A second ineffective strategy, so not good at all, try to avoid it at all costs, is having no boundaries. That's the second strategy. No boundaries means that you suck it all up. You take the energy of the other one. You take the emotions of the other one. What you do is you take all the generalizations, all the possible insults, everything that is being said, blaming you, all these kind of things, you take them in. The content of what they say, as well as the emotion, the intonation with which they say it. Not so effective. And in many cases, we have 3 possible reactions to that kind of message. Either we fight and we immediately become very defensive. The second one is the flight reaction. It's running away from what had just been shared with you. And the third one could be the freeze, that you're so flabbergasted by the feedback that you get, you go, you're standing there, not even knowing how to react. The interesting thing is that half an hour later or an hour later, you know exactly what you should have answered. So that's fight, flight, freeze. The third one is an effective strategy. So no walls, no boundaries, but boundaries. Now, what are boundaries? So we are going to decide this is something that I'm taking in and the rest I'm leaving out. Now, of course, question is, because that's the criterion that you're going to use to decide whether to open or to close the barrier. Now, you open the barrier if you have the answer to the question, does this feedback or this part of the feedback allow me to become a better version of myself? Does it allow me to become a better professional? Does it allow me to become better in the relationship with this other person? Does it allow me to have a more constructive, a better conversation with this person here and now? Yes or no? So to sum it up, 3 different strategies. First one is having walls, nothing comes through, ineffective, stay away from it. The second one, having no boundaries at all, ineffective, you're sucking everything up, it's getting overwhelming. And when you get overwhelmed by it, you have the fight, flight or freeze reaction. The third one is the one that we're going to use when we receive criticism or negative feedback. And that is a strategy of having boundaries. Opening the barriers, closing the barriers. Closing it when I hear something that does not allow me to become a better version of myself. And I do open it to get everything through that allows me to become a better version of myself.